What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my yield farming video for Algorand. In part 1 of this series, I showed you 8 different applications you can use to earn a yield on Algorand, and I promised you 9 more. Well, I've got news for you. I lied. I've actually got 12 more for you, so stick around to the end of this video and find out 12 more ways to earn a yield on Algorand. If you missed the first video, check the video description down below for a link to part 1 and circle back to this video when you're done. So that way, you will know of 20 different places you can go to on Algorand to earn a yield. If you like the content or find it useful in any way, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below with your favorite application to use. Now, without further hesitation, here are 12 more places you can go to earn a yield on Algorand. First on today's list is FXDX Exchange. FXDX is a decentralized derivatives platform on Algorand, and by supplying liquidity to the FLP token, users can accrue really fantastic APR. Last I checked, the APR was over 300%. Now, most of that is paid out in escrowed FXDX token, but the other part of the payout was about 64% wrapped Algorand, which is still a fantastic yield. Now, FXDX token itself hasn't been launched yet. That is why you accrue these rewards as escrowed FXDX, because the token generation event has yet to happen. But you can supply liquidity on the platform with all sorts of assets, including Algo, USDC, wrapped SOL or XSOL using the Glitter Finance bridge, goBTC, the wrapped Bitcoin, or goETH, the wrapped Ethereum using the AlgoMINT bridge. So far, I believe these are the only 5 assets on the platform. These are the 5 assets you can supply liquidity with. These are the 5 assets that allow you to gain rewards through that liquidity, and these are also the same 5 assets you can use to long and short on the platform. FXDX allows you to do upwards of 30x long and short. It's a fantastic platform. I've used it a couple times to long, I've used it a couple times to short. Very quick trades, but it's great. So definitely check it out. Check out that FLP liquidity pool. So head on over to mainnet.fxdx.exchange to try it out. To learn more about FXDX, check out the video description down below for an interview I've done with the CEO and founder of the exchange. Number 2 for this video is Cometa. Cometa is a liquidity hub on Algorand. Cometa is a fantastic decentralized application that allows projects and users to set up their own farms. As you can see here, there are a lot of different pools to participate in both the staking and farming sections. Now, Cometa is fantastic. I've used it to farm all sorts of different tokens before, and if you want to learn more about Cometa, check out the video description down below for links to conversations I've had with members of the team. Coming in at number 3 for this video is AlgoFund. AlgoFund is a decentralized launchpad built on the Algorand blockchain. AlgoFund is a relatively newer project. There haven't been too many launches on the launchpad. However, if you believe in the project and believe in the token, not financial advice, and I personally do not hold any AlgoFund, but if you do and you believe in the token, you can head on over to AlgoFund and use their farm to stake their token. They have a great staking page for their own ALGF token, the AlgoFund token, and I believe you can use that token to get in on future launches. TrueU, a decentralized dating application, recently had their token launched through the AlgoFund launchpad. So I see big things in the future for AlgoFund. Right now, the activity is a little low. But definitely go check it out. Stake their token if you want to stake their token. Of course, not financial advice. I personally am not staking the token. For full transparency, I am not using too many of these methods. I've used every single one of these applications at least once before, but I'm not using them all now. This is strictly for informational purposes only, and I hope that's what you take away from this video. Coming in at number 4 for this video is Opulous. Opulous is a music investment platform where users can invest in what are known as MFTs, which are essentially songs represented as NFTs, and accumulate the royalties that are generated based on that investment. Now, Opulous has only sold about 3 MFTs so far, and I believe royalties just started rolling in a few weeks ago. They have 2 more NFT sales coming out soon for a total of 5 royalty-paying MFTs. So if you head on over to app.opulous.org, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So not only can you earn a passive income using the music royalties, you can also earn a passive income by staking their OPUL token. Currently, the APR ranges anywhere from 5 to 20%, and this is based on how long you stake the token for. You can stake the token, I believe, from anywhere from 15 to 60 days, and the longer you stake it, the higher rewards. So you'll get about 20% for staking for the entire 60-day period. Next on our list, coming in at number 5 for today's video, is SmileCoin. SmileCoin is a decentralized gaming application on Algorand that partners with Grin Gaming to provide a couple fantastic games on their platform. Now, technically you can earn by playing these games, but I really wouldn't call that passive income since you have to be playing the game. So that's really active. That's not necessarily passive. So I'll just make a mention that you can make a little bit of money by playing the games, but the passive income comes from staking their SmileCoin token. The SmileCoin can be staked on their platform from about 25% to, I believe, upwards of 100% if you stake for longer periods at a time. So if you're interested in SmileCoin, head on over to app.smilecoin.us and check it out. Number 6 in this video is YLDY. YLDY is the original yield farming application on Algorand, and it still has some fantastic yield farms. If you head on over to app.yldly.finance and connect your wallet in the top right-hand corner, you're able to see all sorts of great staking pools, distribution pools, and liquidity pools. A lot of these farms are on time limits, so definitely go check them out before they end. Now, my own personal opinion is I don't have too many high hopes for the YLDY token, so any rewards that you earn in the YLDY token, I personally would just swap out for another token that you want to hold, or USDC, or whatever you want to do, but it's a great platform for yield farming nonetheless. Coming in at number 7 on this video is AlgoStake. AlgoStake is a platform you can go to, set up decentralized staking and distribution pools, and there are quite a lot on that platform. Personally, I don't even know what some of these coins are on the platform, so be careful. Don't just jump into anything that has a high APR, because oftentimes high APR means inflation, and inflation on a token that might not have much value in the first place is going to be pretty painful. So definitely be selective on the pools that you jump into. I'm just providing you with the knowledge of what these applications are and where you can go find them, and it's up to you to make the decision on which pools to get into, which yield farms are right for your risk appetite, which platforms are right for you, and go from there. Coming up next, number 8, is Blueshift. Blueshift has actually become one of my favorite applications to use, and they actually built on top of the Cometa A1 rollup. And if you don't know what that is, check out the video description down below for links to my conversation with DC Spark CEO Sebastian, who is the creator of Cometa Rollup for Algorand. The Cometa A1 rollup is just that. It's an EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, compatible rollup for Algorand. So what this means is people are able to take Ethereum-based code and launch it essentially on the Algorand blockchain. So Blueshift is one of the first applications that launched on this A1 rollup. In my opinion, it's fantastic. You need a MetaMask wallet for it, but I actually like MetaMask. It actually is pretty simple. You just do a couple clicks and your transaction is signed. So if you head on over to app.blueshift.fi, and then in the top right-hand corner, click on over to the Algorand A1 rollup from the Cardano chain, because I believe by default it puts you on the Cardano side because they are on both. And then you're free to check out all of the portfolios and yield farms. In my opinion, I really like the portfolios, including the Algorand stablecoin index, the Algorand index, and even the multi-chain stablecoin indexes. They're all fantastic, and I'm participating in each and every one of them. Now, the yield is paid out in Blues token, which is the native token to the Blueshift platform, and a big caveat must be made, because as you can see here, the APR for the Algorand index pool is over 100%. However, you only get 7.5% of that up front, and the rest of that is held until Blueshift reaches certain TVL milestones, which you can read more about it on the platform. All the information is there for you to read, but I just want to give that caveat because some of these APRs look very enticing, like this one here that I'm participating in for about 110%. After factoring in the 7.5% of that you actually get up front, I'm actually only yielding about 9.3% on this farm, which is great because I'm farming Algorand, and Algorand at 9.3% yield is pretty fine to me. But I just wanted to give that caveat out there so people weren't confused when they didn't get the full 100%. Everything else is accrued in escrow, so you can see it accruing, and once the TVL milestones are reached, which in my opinion, the TVL milestones are a little bit high, so hopefully they'll bring those down. Maybe that's something Blueshift holders can vote on in the future. But regardless, once those TVL milestones are reached, then the rest of those blue tokens will be released to those that have earned them. Now, coming in at number 9 is an application that also is building on the Milkometa A1 rollup known as BrightSide Finance. BrightSide is also a decentralized exchange that links all sorts of different blockchains together. If you head on over to app.brightside.finance, log in with your MetaMask wallet, you'll be able to see all the different pools and farms that are available to you. There's over a dozen great farms, and I personally think you should definitely check them out. Now, for reference, you might have seen this also on the Blueshift slide as well, but on Blueshift and BrightSide, they use wrapped assets known as milk assets. So you might see milk algo, milk ADA, milk whatever it might be. The milk in front of it is just a prefix for Milkometa. It's just letting you know that this is a Milkometa wrapped asset, wrapped one-to-one. Now, coming in at number 10 is Gard. Gard is one of the leading decentralized protocols on Algorand and specializes in unlocking the liquidity of your algo governance commitment. Now, users are able to go to Gard, commit their algos in Algorand governance, then borrow against those algos by minting Gard. Gard is a stablecoin backed by the algos committed in governance that are locked in on the platform. And to incentivize people to hold onto the Gard that they mint, there's a great staking pool that's currently earning over 40% APR. Now, Gard hasn't held a perfect peg. Last time I checked, I believe it was around 93 to 94 cents as opposed to $1. However, when compared to the rest of the cryptocurrency market, that's a down from about 6% of where it should be versus 70, 80, 90%. So maybe it's still worth it to get into that 40% APR pool. However, there are certainly risks that come with it. So definitely be careful if you're expecting a perfect peg to be maintained. As of right now, that has not been the case. But I actually really like the concept of Gard because it's the only decentralized stablecoin on Algorand. Now, of course, we have Stable from AlgoFi, but that's backed partially by USDC, a centralized stablecoin, where Gard is only backed by Algo. And yes, technically gAlgo, but that is all backed by Algo as well. So everything is just backed by Algo as opposed to other centralized stablecoins. But that being said, you can head on over to Gard.money and check out the platform for yourself. It has a great way to participate in Algorand governance, and it has a fantastic yield farming pool for their Gard stablecoin. Coming in at number 11 on this list is AlgoRai. AlgoRai is a new decentralized application on Algorand focused on options trading. Now, US users can actually not use the platform unless they use a VPN, but you didn't hear that from me. However, in my personal opinion, the platform itself needs a little bit of a redesign. It's a little clunky looking, and there's just a lot going on. It's not entirely user-friendly in my opinion. However, the two main ways that I noticed you could earn a yield on the platform is by participating in their put selling or call selling strategies. And essentially, you can earn a small yield on either of these strategies from like 1 to 5 or 6% the last time I checked, as well as probably earn a profit based on these option contracts themselves. However, one thing that wasn't certain to me is who is on the other side of these trades. So you can get in on, put selling and selling puts essentially, but like who's on the other side of this trade? Who's buying those put contracts? And it wasn't really clear to me on that platform who is on the other side of that trade or how I could even be on the other side of that trade. So feel free to go to app.algorai.finance to check it out for yourself, especially if you're not a US-based investor. If you are, as I said, you're technically not supposed to use the platform, but if you use a VPN, I'm certainly not going to tell on you. Now, coming in last on this list, now this list was not ordered from best to last in any way whatsoever. It's just the way I put them on the piece of paper, so it does not mean one's better than the other or what have you. So by no means am I trying to say that this is the worst out of the 20 that I've mentioned before. This is just the order I put them in. So coming in last for this video, number 12 for this video, and number 20 overall between the two videos is Algorand Casino. Algorand Casino is just that. It's a casino built on Algorand. Users can go and place bets on all sorts of different games. I believe they even had bets going on during the World Cup, or even they still might, because the World Cup is still going on, I believe, for a couple more days. But don't hate me, I'm not the biggest football fan, so I believe it actually might be ending this week. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, they have all sorts of different ways that you can bet on various games, but that's not really what I wanted to tell you about. They also have a way to stake their CHIPS token. The CHIPS token is the native token for the AlgoCasino. From what I gathered from looking on their page, users are able to stake the CHIPS token for 1 week intervals at a time. At the time that I checked, I wasn't able to stake because the registration for that week had already ended, and it also wasn't clear what the APR was for the reward. It gave an amount in chips, but it wasn't clear what that broke down into for an APR once it's divided amongst the members in the pool. But that being said, I wanted to throw that on there as the last mention for places to go to earn a yield on Algorand. If you want to learn more about AlgoCasino, head on over to algo-casino.com. From there, you'll be presented with all the information that I left out of this video. Maybe you'll learn the answers to some of the questions I just had in this video. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. And also hit me up down there in the comments regardless with your favorite application to use on Algorand to generate a yield, or just your favorite applications on Algorand in general. And let me know if I missed anything. Is there anywhere else you can go to earn a yield on Algorand that I didn't mention? Is there a new project, a new application that I'm unaware of? I really want to know. And also tell me who I should interview next on this channel. Give me some ideas for some guests. I'm trying to have a big 2023. Going to try to have every guest I can on this show. So subscribe, hit that notification bell. Be sure to share this with a friend. And friends, we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.